Now again, who will say no to six packs? Of course, definitely not after the Bollywood fever and rather the Collywood fever that has caught on to the masses. Again, we are moving ahead with that trend now. A lot of theatre artists are now adapting onto this trend. And instantly, one RJ artist, Arjun Thomas, tells us how this is again catching up. Again, he tells us that to our reporter Chandi Thomas. Chandi Thomas brings us this trend on the rise. We'll get to that.
At the age of 5.
Arjun is a self-confessed foodie. That's right, a junk food junkie. But when he was cast in Joseph and the Coat of Many Colors, Arjun Thomas had to lose not 5, not 10, but 18 kilos in 2 months.
I've done this before, about 6 years ago, for Jesus Christ Superstar. I've always been fat all my life. I think about 3 months back. 90 kilos, 91 actually, to be precise. And they wanted to do Joseph and his Coat of Many Colors. So it gets a little tougher as you grow older. So I had to come down to 70, which I couldn't. But I pushed and pushed and we managed to come down to about 73.
There is no magic here, but a lot of hard work and a combination of supervised diet and exercise regimen put together by Vicky, Arjun's personal trainer, which did the trick.
Minimum 2 to 3 hours training பண்ணிட்டே இருப்பாரு. அதல வந்து mostly கார்டியோல வந்து த்ரெட்மில், சைக்கிளிங், எஃப்எக்ஸ் மாத்தி ஒரு நாள் ஆல்டர்னேட்டிவா கொடுத்துட்டே இருந்தாரு. ப்ளஸ் என்ன டயட் சொன்னாலும் அதை ஸ்ட்ரிக்ட்டா ஃபாலோ பண்ணிட்டு இருந்தாரு. வொர்க் அவுட் எது கொடுத்தாலும் இல்ல முடியாது டயர்டா இருக்கறதெல்லாம் சொல்ல மாட்டாங்க.
And once he committed himself to getting into shape, Arjun says he never veered off from his goal.
Drinking I can give up, smoking I can give up easily, everything I can give up, but food I really can't give up. Just to get up in the morning and have oats with water and maybe equal. And then in the afternoon was my treat. I was allowed to have a Subway salad with roasted chicken breasts. I'll make them cut into small pieces so I could enjoy every single piece.
Today when people look at Arjun, they are amazed at his fitness and wish him luck in his acting career. Arjun is just one of the many success stories of actors fighting to stay fit in good time. Well, that's a lot of inspiration that I got from Arjun Thomas. So I've hit the gym to do my training and to lose a lot of weight. You guys go do your aerobics too. In Chennai, this is Chandi Thomas for NDTV Hindu.
At the age of 5. That's something in life.
Now, of course, this weekend will be this cine matinee, as people are calling it again. A lot of action from the world of cinema expected. And to just get you a slight teaser on that, we were joined by the crew of Chickabooker here in our studios, and he was again interviewed by our executive editor Sanjay Pinto. Let's take a look.
What's been the response, Mani, to the movie so far?
After the Arias, the Madras Parnam and Boss and Boss, the expectations.
So you had a head start. I mean, there were expectations and.
Yeah, the expectations very much, and the result is good.
Okay. Preetika, you're a journalist as well, a model and then journalist. How does it feel to be on the other side of the fence now?
It's challenging because.
No, I mean in the studio here. You ask questions instead of asking questions yourself.
Oh, okay, that way. Okay, I like it because I know the other side, so I like it.
Yeah. Okay, you almost can anticipate. You can read my mind. The questions that are coming
your
way.
Not really. Because not really. I've not done a live interview as like you're doing right now.
So this is another debut of sorts here in the studio.
Yes, actually.
You've been lucky. I mean, Vidya Balan actually sort of didn't make it to Chickabooker, and then you came in.
Yes.
But you were supposed to actually meant to work with Mani earlier.
Not Mani sir.
With Jiva. Okay.
Yeah. Actually, he had actually narrated the entire script to me on phone, and he was very keen that I do his film. But that time I was not interested in films because I was studying and modeling, and that was keeping me busy. So yeah, and then this film almost happened at the right time. Modeling was getting monotonous, and I felt, okay, why not jump into something different? Yeah.
Did your sister Amrita actually also play a role in this?
In convincing me?
Yeah.
No, not really. It was my decision entirely.
It was not family pressure. It wasn't peer pressure within the family. No.
No.
Gurudev, many say that although it's a debut, it was hardly evident that it was a debut.
Yeah.
Although, would you like to take that? It wasn't evident that it was a debut. Maybe modeling has come to her rescue, and also the fact that she's a journalist. Journalists are smart cookies, aren't they?
Yeah, almost.
But you didn't feel that you were working with somebody who's making her debut?
Yeah, because she's after the 1 or 2 days, I'm really little bit of language problem is there. After the third day, she became very well.
Yeah, I think it took me just first 2 days, and then I was, in the character.
Okay.
But he really
You
helped
picked up
me.
some Tamil as well?
I did,
Can
but
you give us a sample of your
no,
classical Tamil?
not now.
No, why don't you give us a sample of your Tamil?
Okay,
Couple of words that you've learned.
இங்கே வந்தா எனக்கு ரொம்ப சந்தோஷமாச்சு. Okay. Sorry,
bad at all.
சந்தோஷமா இருக்கு.
Okay, and then?
Yeah.
It will come in.
That's it.
Yeah.
Well, today was a busy day for Sanjay as he interacted with, again, various people. Now, condemning the damaging and embarrassing WikiLeaks, US Ambassador to India, Timothy Roma, in his first response on camera to NDTV Hindu's executive editor, Sanjay Pinto. Let's take a look.
Coming close on the heels of that brilliant visit of the President to India, do you think it's a little embarrassing and damaging at this stage?
We strongly condemn their impact on our ability to conduct diplomacy.
Cold start doctrine that is attributed to you, and some comments that you made about India's willingness to do that, to that limited penetration, limited deterrent effect within 72 hours of a crisis. Also, another supplementary question. Mrs. Clinton is supposed to have said that India is a self-styled front runner of the UN Security Council seat. Do you think this is actually making us do a foxtrot on these two issues?
The President had an historic and seminal visit to the Great Republic of India. He talked about unequivocal support for India's seat on the United Nations, a permanent seat on the United Nations Council. It's not little tidbits of information that might be floating out there on the internet. It's what you do. We have a saying from where I'm from in the Midwest of the United States. It's not what you say, it's what you do. It's what action you take. That should be, and that is the focus of what our mission works on. I would highest compliment to the Indian government for their reaction to these supposed leaks. It's been highly responsible, deeply constructive, and very mature.
Is anything being done or contemplated as far as arresting the effect of these leaks? Any damage control in?
Sanjay, you asked a good question. The important question as a former member of the 9/11 Commission, first of all, you need to stop the leaks from taking place, and we have in incarceration somebody that we believe is responsible for it. We hope to vigorously prosecute this person.
Critics would wonder as to why America is so interested in India's military strategy. Some even go to the extent of saying, is the US batting for Pakistan?
When the President was in India, the President talked about a cancer that is in Pakistan, and that Pakistan needs to address this cancer, be more focused on it, be less focused on India, and more focused on their internal threat of groups like Al-Qaeda and the Haqqani Network and Lashkar-e-Taiba. The President in this new Woodward book is quoted as saying in the Oval Office to President Zardari of Pakistan, he says very directly, in quotes, "I will not be part of any kind of military buildup against India." Take him at his word.
Ambassador Patterson's, again, the cable which talks about the certain sense of nervousness about the growing sale of arms sale to India, because it might kind of fuel the Pakistan establishment's paranoia and might actually push them closer to certain groups in Afghanistan and also the terrorist groups there.
Look, what has the President done? If there are some postulations or some rumors or some pieces of cables or advice that say that somebody somewhere in the world is worried about the US and the India governments becoming closer and becoming global partners, what has happened as a result of that tidbit of advice or that position?
Well, do catch the full interview of Timothy Roma, the US Ambassador to India, with our Executive Editor Sanjay Pinto at 10:30 p.m. tonight on Off the Record. Well, that's all we have time for in this bulletin, but before we say goodbye, tonight was a night when the stage belonged to very talented men, women and differently abled children. The Deputy Chief Minister of the state took off some time to shower them gifts on their special day. In the response, many faces plastered with their perfect $1 million smile. One even dressed as Stalin's father himself, putting on a smile on everyone else's face. Enjoy these images.
Thank you.